Hey, it's your pally Lucky. Welcome into the Rocks Zoom room. And today, well, we've had rock stars in, we've had massive bands as well. And today, we get to chat with a couple of massive heavyweights in the charitable side of things when it comes to life in the Durham region and combining a couple of my passions, which are kids and sports. And well, joining us today from the Durham Childrens Aid Society is Dennis Allman, and from their opportunity, Randy Gill. And Randy, I'll start with you. We've got a history with their opportunity in a charity that I love that helps get kids into sports and get active. And you guys have come up with a combination of the way to help kids here in Durham.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, Lucky, and all the support from you and from Craig and the whole Durham Radio family. We really appreciate it. My friend Dennis Allman, of course, from Durham Childrens Aid Foundation, the executive director. We are honored to work together on a special program. And as you know, their opportunity enrolls kids in sports and recreation programs and specialized programs for mental health and wellness and diversity programs. And removes financial barriers so they can gain access to those types of programs. But what makes our program unique as well is this give back program that we talk about often, where each one of our children are doing some type of community service project, volunteerism as a way of paying it forward. And so, yeah, when Dennis took over the helm at the foundation, things just a light bulb went on for both of us to say, there's some things that we could really do together, and we are better together. And so we partnered up, and I'm looking forward to this special active mentoring type program that we've designed together.
Yeah, it's called Active Mentoring for Success. And Dennis, let me ask you about this program and what it means to Durham Children's Aid Foundation.
Well, to the foundation, we have many youth, and mainly youth, who are going through those transitional years of challenge. They've had many instabilities throughout their lives. You know, it hasn't been that solid rock person who's been there for their life. So we're trying to partner them up with an adult who can provide some guidance to them, some stability more than anything else during these years of transition. And the mentoring program is there to help them just, explore new ideas for decisions need to be made, life decisions, help encourage them on those rough days when they're trying to get through school, whether it's a high school or a post-secondary education. And then the reason for teaming up with their opportunity is that they provide the active part of the mentoring program. They provide the activities, the sports element. And so both organizations coming together, it's a really incredible partnership, and able to provide our youth, the mentees, with that opportunity. And as Randy mentioned, the Give Back program is one of the big attractions that I have and support as part of their opportunity as well too. I think it's a fabulous component to their program.
Yeah, Randy, it seems like it's just a great fit. I mean, their opportunity is generally been about families who are looking to get into sports and get kids an opportunity to play sports, perhaps can't get over the financial hurdle of things. But this now brings kind of a mentorship angle to it, and maybe some of the give back that kids who have already been through their opportunity program can use this as their pay it forward hours to mentor kids through Durham Children's Aid.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice cycle of opportunity, really, right? And when Dennis and I chatted, goes back now since when Dennis came on board. We've had that conversation almost from week one when he took over the helm, and he's doing an incredible job with the foundation. It's grown incredibly, and this program he talked about doing a refresh to, and how we could tie in this active twist to it, this give back piece. And the kids that we're supporting right now together, they're doing things with their mentors, and they're doing things to be active and also giving back to the community. And that's what this is all about. And for those that are listening and watching this today, we need you as a mentor, and that's one of the things why we're here today, to ask you that are listening and watching to think about becoming a mentor for this awesome program that we've put together. And we're looking for about 25 to 30 more mentors. We're about 27 now, matched over the last few months. And there's many kids in care, as Dennis can attest to, that would love to be a part of this program.
Yeah, Dennis, I think there's sometimes can be a stigma with Durham Children's Aid that this is kids who have been, taken from their homes, and it's a scary experience, or that these are troubled kids for some reason. It's not necessarily the case. It's just kids that don't have a great chance and need some help through things, and need mentoring as well.
Absolutely. And times have changed. 15 years ago, your statement about kids being taken from homes would be unfortunately very true. In the last 5 to 7 years, that's changed where the whole primary focus is to keep kids in their homes. If that's not possible, to keep them with kin or with community, so that we're not taking them out of their cultural element, we're not taking them away from their school. Whereas in the past, they would be taken out and put in a group home in some other part of the city. And unfortunately, that does not work to help stabilize the children. Because as we all know, the kids didn't sign up for this type of life, right? And so as Randy mentioned, we're looking for more mentors. We started the program with 3 or 4 mentorships. And in the last 18 months, we've grown out to 27, as Randy mentioned. We have 17 right now on a waiting list. So as Randy mentioned, we are looking for more mentors. And our hope is that we'll get to the number of 50. 50 is kind of the number of mentors that we can actually manage. We follow up with them every month. And there is a vetting process as well, too, for all mentors. But we are asking them for a 2-year commitment, to spend 2 or 3 hours a month. And their opportunity puts on activities every couple of months that the mentors and mentees can get together. A little bit of challenge with COVID, so we're working on some virtual opportunities there as well. And the youth we serve, no, they're not all bad kids. They're amazing kids. All they need is a chance. We see ourselves as the equalizer, helping them through education. We have a post-secondary education program that provides thousands of dollars to them because financially there isn't that money saved up by their family or their parents. As many families, they would save up so their son or daughter can go to college or university. We help to close that gap so they have that opportunity also to be successful and pursue their post-secondary education dreams.
Guys, I want to ask you both, and Randy, I'll start with you. Of course, times being what they are in the midst of a pandemic, it's not easy to run charities and to get help through charitable organizations. And I can't imagine in what you do in helping youth and get into sports, those opportunities, some of them have been taken away. How hard has it been in the last year?
Yeah, it's been very difficult, and our sector, as you know, has been devastated. The charitable side, the sport and recreation side, but we've been able to rise above during these times, and we're very thankful to the people that support us and the partnerships we have, like with the Durham Childrens Aid Foundation, to be able to provide unique programming opportunities that are pandemic proof. So we're doing these things to be creative, and we're very fortunate. We still have our whole team. We haven't lost anybody through this whole process, and we're very, very grateful and fortunate. And now we're stepping it up, and we're leveling up, and we're turning up the dial. And as you know, we've supported over 20,000 kids in the program and in 53 cities across the country. And this type of a program that we're doing with Dennis and his team is unique and is different. And we're not looking for someone to come and be a professional. These kids have lots of professionals in their life. They need a confidant, a role model, a special friend, somebody that they can connect with and to be active and do things with. That's what they're needing right now. So for those that are listening, if you think, do I qualify for something like, yeah, you do. Like we all do.
Dennis, you mentioned mental health, and I can't imagine what the struggles have been for kids who have already, had it hard enough through their early lives to have to go through the last 18 months of this pandemic.
Yeah, it's been incredible. We talk about isolation and restrictions and lockdowns. A lot of these children and youth we deal with, they thrive on being able to go to school or after school clubs or getting some respite from the situation. Some families just having a tough time. Many of our parents have lost their jobs. I say often they were the first ones laid off when COVID first hit, and they still haven't been called back. Restaurants are still not operating at full capacity, and a lot of them may have had those types of jobs. And so there's a lot of stress at home, financial, could be behavioral stress or whatever it is. And so we're hoping that through the Mentoring for Success program, we give the youth a chance to get out with someone else, and as Randy mentioned, shoot some baskets or go to partake in some activities, and we're hoping we can move forward with that. COVID has hit us hard. Mental health is one of the areas that our Board of Trustees has recently allocated $120,000 toward to provide support. It's a special time to provide that type of support as we work our way through the next phase of COVID. I'm not going to say the phase out because we don't know what the future will hold. I'm not sure how many waves there will be. Be lots of waves down at the Rogers Center though for the Blue Jays these days, but I hope the only waves that we see coming forward in the future. So, but we are putting and investing much more money into the mental health. And as you mentioned, it has been difficult for 18 months plus so far, trying to work our way through COVID, but Durham Childrens Aid has been very blessed. We've been able to put $750,000 back into our community to support programs like bursary camps for kids. A year ago, there were no camps. This past summer, there were camps, so we're thankful we can see some movement there, as well as the Mentoring for Success program and some other items as well too. We have our For the Future Charity Golf Classic coming up on September 23rd, and thankfully, due to the Durham community, it's sold out. And so we're really excited about that, and that money will all be used to raise for our bursary program to help support post-secondary education.
That's great. You've got your QR code up on your screen right there. If people want to donate it, you can certainly use your cell phone and click on that. Randy, how do we get people involved with this? Where do they need to go to sign up?
Great question. Thanks, Mike. We do have an information session coming up on September 23rd at 7 p.m. So please reach out to us on the link that we provided to Mike, and it'll be in this social post. It'll go to the foundation's website, but also you can follow all of our socials. We'll be posting over the next few days about this particular program and the need for mentors. Also, you can email Matthew@theiropportunity.com, Matthew@theiropportunity.com, if you'd like some more information as well. So that's it. September 23rd. Try and be a part of that virtual information session, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Randy Gill, Their Opportunity, Dennis Allman, the Durham Childrens Aid Foundation. Thank you, first of all, for doing this, but thank you most of all for doing what you do.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks very much for having us today, Mike. Take care.